squirrel, half girl, all nuts. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with the unbeatable Squirrel Girl, who produces squirrels when she enters attacks or when you activate her ability. For just 4 mana, you can double the number of squirrels you have. And if you're able to, say, tap those squirrels for mana using your various cards like Enduring Vitality or Supportive Parents, you can use them to make more squirrels. And if you can do that on the turn that they enter, well, golly gee, you can make infinite squirrels. But you don't need infinite squirrels to win the game, because with Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, you are just going wide, buffing up all of your little squirrel tokens, and maybe ending a couple games with a Craterhoof Behemoth. This is a standard Brawl deck, meaning that it has fewer cards that are as searchy, things that are tutoring, but it still has plenty. It has Nature's Rhythm, it has Formidable Speaker, and it also has lots of extremely powerful, good green stuff. That's right, we got our Ice Tail Explorers, we got our Ouroboros, we have our Craterhoof Behemoth, and we even have some cards like Vivian, who are just all-around toolboxes to help us get where we need to go, which is to say, infinite squirrels. I'm a big fan of Squirrel Girl in Historic Brawl, but in Standard Brawl, she can do the exact same combo, generating infinite squirrels to win the game. So let's take her into the queue and start ramping until we go nuts. Agent Phil Coulson, Mono White Heroes. He's a very good card if you want to pump up your team. I have Shang-Chi and Nature's Rhythm, so I could potentially combo off with this hand. Phil Coulson, according to my friend I was hanging out with yesterday, is the star of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, and he's cool in it, per that guy. I have to trust my friend Brian. If he says that Phil Coulson is cool in the show, I only know him in the movies, then I believe him. Oh my god, it's Captain America! Are you gonna make him stronger? Cap grows. This is not Booty Cap. This is the other Cap. Ooh. Yeah, they'd be adding an additional green. But does the green have the restriction here? I'm not actually sure. Let's find out. I don't think it does. Yeah, so if I tap this for green for abilities, this adds another green that I can just use for anything. Cool. Good. Thanks for telling me. Formidable Speaker, I am going to discard the Keen-Eyed Curator. You're probably not a graveyard deck, right? And I want to grab something that lets me tap my creatures for mana. Now I can use this to untap this, because that is an ability cost. To tap you for more. Okay, well, I don't actually have anything else I can do with it. But imagine. Yeah, one short. Badger Mole Cub, it exists. Crazy card. Night Nurse, Healer of Heroes. Nothing's in their graveyard. I think they're just looking to pump up. And they have hexproof, and so does their various heroes. Captain America swings in. I'll take that hit. He has first strike, so I can't pop the shield on him anyway. We're tapping. Actually, wait. Enduring Vitality. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl? Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. Craterhoof Behemoth. It's turn 4. And this is Standard Brawl. Doing the exact same thing we do in the other Brawl queue. Yeah. Oh, good response. Oh, squirrels. Do you like them? Do you like squirrels? I love squirrels. I think they're great. And you know, Phil, you might be cool too. I don't know. Haven't seen your TV show. Brawl, Crackling Wit. What a strong card. Spitting out otters. And getting more just loyalty by casting non-creature spells. If they manage to ult this, usually the game is over, giving all instants and sorceries they control Storm. Imagine they're running some of the small board wipes, a little bit of counter spells, bounces, and all of those, and that means that the Frenzied Baloth, even though this is really good ramp, is going to be my choice here. I want to make sure that they're not countering my stuff. They're blue, and like, yeah, standard Brawl counter spells aren't as good. They're still okay. Planisphere going to grow as they cast those non-creature cards. We have such a cute little animation. That's cool. More ramp, please. This is a frog, so it will trigger the Valley Mite Collar. I think it was, yeah, it might have been like Dr. Crusher's alt art looked kind of fuzzy. We were looking at the Star Trek reveals earlier. Most of them look very clean because they're supposed to depict actual actors. Whereas other ones, you know, it's just magic art. Obsidic Memory. More cards they draw, the bigger they'll make a creature. Even bigger. Look at that, that's a 6/6. Sheesh. Am I squirreling and girling? Do I want to try to set up for a combo? I can get another piece. Or I could just play some Squirrel Girl. At least this thing does not have trample. And eventually I will have a very large trampling creature, this Valley Mite Collar, able to trample over it. I hope. Is Boomborough still standard? It is! Yes, Boomborough is still standard legal. So is Thunder Junction, which is really crazy. It's the Otters. Otters v Squirrels. Yeah, we have a lot of Bloomborough on both sides of the board here. Formidable Speaker. I will discard this land, and I'm going to get something that lets me tap my creatures for mana. I could also see going for Ouroboros just because I'm wide. Tip. Excuse me. A tip. A tip. A tip. Squirrels. Squirrels acquired. Is Lost Caverns of Ixalan still standard legal? Yes! They will rotate in January? I want to say they're going to rotate in January. Or whenever the first set of the next year comes out. Yeah, I think that the biggest reaction that I had and that others had, at least on my network of social media, was responding to Star Trek having a painting of Benedict Cumberbatch in it. And soon we will have all the Benedict Cumberbatches. He will be able to be played in so many decks. We'll have Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is a surgeon. Smog. That was technically him voicing it. It counts. Well, that's going to be an unblockable hero. He counts. And Khan, which I actually forgot that the new Trek movies existed until they showed them there. A Beyblade Camel Hatch. Beneful Cucumber. Yes, all of these.
I have a plan.
Here's a plan. Here's a plan. The plan is ult. More otters. More! It's a big hero. But what is a hero? To a whole bunch of squirrels and stuff. Squirrels and frogs and, you know, little guys.
Otter to otter?
Because I get additional damage through, I can use these squirrels, I think, better by just using them for mana. Now let's try it. Swinging in. I'm gonna go for face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't feel like doing that math. Squirrel, you go in too. We make a squirrel. We grow the squirrel. We make the squirrels. We grow the frog. More. I need more squirrels! I think the frog's gonna one-shot them. My opponent is playing the wrong version of their commander. Jackal? Jackal? No, that's Druneth. And I like Druneth. Who the heck is Jackal? They're gonna be copying some creatures, casting things, and manipulating the +1/+1 counters on their commander. Who is not Jackal, that's Druneth. Got a Studious first here so they can ramp. I, too, can ramp by playing a Frog Butler. And because that is a frog and this buffs off frogs, I can swing in for 2. Yeah, I feel like the big thing you want to do is do a little bit of ramping and then have, like, Druneth into a 1-drop. You get 2 of the 1-drop and then you are already off to the races. Ooh, I didn't get a land, but I could play something that gets me a land here. Or I could play something that lets me tap my creatures for mana. I think I'm going to go for the Clifftop Lookout over Overlord. Valley Might Crawler. I'm going to swing in for 3. This is a great card in this deck because of all of the Bloomburrow stuff and the Squirrel Girl stuff. They got 2 Virulent Emissaries. They're going to be gaining a lot of life, and this is 2 Death Touchers. Can't attack as freely anymore. If they play a 2-drop next, that'll get copied too. You're going to cast that Rampant Growth? I don't like that you didn't cast Rampant Growth. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why didn't you cast Rampant Growth? Is it counter spells in my future? Is this about to be counter hell? Alright, I'm going to try to land Enduring Vitality, see if that gets stopped in its tracks. Nope, Ouroboros? I would like to buff my creatures. I once copied an Ouroboros off a Druneth. I felt so powerful. Oh, it's a Drowner! And they get 2 of them. I think they're probably going to use this to shuffle some of these cards into my deck. I think these 2 are definitely the highest priority. Oh no, they locked down the Might Caller. It has been growing. They could like swing in and then throw this away. The top Lookout ×2. Some riveting gameplay. Frogs on all sides of the battlefield. But that means they don't, I believe, have the mana to shuffle in the Ouroboros. Man, I love frogs. They're great. Ice Till Explorer. Bringing out a land. See if I mill a land. I did not. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Making squirrels. Making things big. And then getting the buff off the Ouroboros. Nice. My board is about as wide as theirs. You can see everybody's like matched up across the battlefield. But my dudes are bigger. Ignore that they have 2 Death Touchers. My duders are bigger. A Slumbering Trudge. But they are bringing it in untapped. And since X does get copied, they're both coming in untapped. No stuns. Cenote Scout. Explores. Doesn't get doubled, though. Twinen's Elite. It's just elves. You don't need elves. Yeah, do I like squirrels? I do like squirrels. Maybe I love squirrels. Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Making a land to try to get another land. I did find one. Good. Badger Mole Cub. I don't need Mole Man here. I know what I need. It's squirrels. Many of them. Huge ones. I'll swing in with the Valley Might Caller, Enduring Vitality, and the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. That leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7. Ooh. I'm gonna leave back the Might Caller. because it's not going to be lethal here. And I want to make more squirrels. Well, being asked if I'm going to stream Power World. Yes. Against my own better judgment, I will be streaming some Power World today. The game is bad for me. And yet I love it so much. I will kill the trudge. I have 10 1/1 squirrels. Yeah, I love Power World. It's a game I'm not allowed to play if I'm not streaming it because I will not do anything other than play Power World. It's happened before, and it will happen again. I think a lot of people have a game that they are able to play for 10 hours straight. Like, yeah, I can play Magic for 10 hours straight. I do it like every day. But Power World? Power World's dangerous. I have to be playing it on stream. This is the same thing with Timberborn, except I started playing it off stream and then I had to uninstall it because I was being naughty. Ooh, Raboroid! They didn't get enough mana. Yeah, you know what they needed? An Enduring Vitality. Lady Octopus, Inspired Inventor. Why, that's Murata. Murata's going to tap to cheat in artifacts, including some of the cool ones that came in with Marvel, like Iron Man's suit. We've got good ramps, some nice lands. I can chomp on an artifact. I like this hand to start against Murata. Do I have the ability to get rid of this? Not easily. No, that's fine. Is this an S-tier brawler? Maybe in standard, but in... Or maybe in a historic brawl, but in standard brawl, this is a much more limited card. Fewer good things to cheat in at lower mana values. Still lots of really good high mana value artifacts to cheat in. And there's no Paradox Engine. What's up, Tezzeret? Tezzeret can be used to tap this multiple times a turn, and also just put good artifacts in hand. They're gonna search for an artifact. Oh, I hope it's a skateboard. Springleaf Drum. Okay, sure, more mana.
There is no system I can't improve.
I guess I could swing into Tezzeret. Play a Squirrel Girl. Sure up! That's gonna kill my baby bear! Terrible. They're tapping Lady Octopus just to get a blue mana. They have 5 mana available. And they're gonna search. Stocking up. I want to save that Chomping Changeling for whatever the threat is. I don't know what the threat is yet, though. Okay, they cheat in Repurposing Bay. I would say that is a threat. They can turn one of these into a bigger artifact, like Simulacrum Synthesizer. Listen, it's good in Historic Brawl. It's gotta be good in Standard Brawl, right? They didn't do anything, though. Okay, Bristly Bill. Spell Snare. Sure, that's fine. A Chomping Changeling! Is it more removal in my future? I'm gonna munch up the bay. And I'll swing both of these at Tezzeret. Because I know they have something, I just don't know what the something is. Could be another untap trick. Oh, or just Wanshi Tong. Do some blocking. Iron Crag asking, please transform me to Night Queen. Everybody saying, no, please stop asking. Yeah, this is Murata, not Lady Octopus. It's so weird that we got the Spider-Man cards in after like 6 months of not having them. Cryogen Relic. Ooh, they could use that to stun Squirrel Girl, preventing me from swinging in with it. I guess still just like activate it, make squirrels. We'll bring out Chasm. I can play artifacts off the top of the deck with Iron Lad.
My will is my own.
You want to search out another cheap artifact? Nope, just untapping Crag.
My control is absolute.
Am I feeling squirrels? Or am I feeling just a real big threat while I don't think they can stop it? I'm feeling the threat while I don't think they can stop it. Or Chasm. And I could swing these 3. Just like letting one of them die. Yeah, sometimes we do transform Iron Crag. Sometimes you really need 3 more damage. Usually though, I just want the mana rock. They can play off the top. They can play from their hand for free. Well, if it costs 6 or less, which I feel like a lot of good stuff would. Alright. A Squirrel. Thorn Vault Forager. Make my Might Collar grow. I'm gonna leave back the 3 small ones. Because I think Aetherize is in Standard. Oh, just an enduring curiosity. I, too, am curious about the number of squirrels I can produce. Answer, currently, 6. Let's go, Valley Might Collar. This thing's awesome. Yeah, you gotta remind your opponents of their triggers in Standard. You want to transform Iron Crag? No. Nobody ever wants to transform Iron Crag. So they let Chasm hit, which means I am gonna get some more goodies. That is not actually like what I want here. But it is still like a 5/5. Huh. 5/5 or a frog? I'll take the 5/5. The awkward post-combat hoof. I mean, the frog would have been able to block Iron Lad. That's something. So Lady Octopus is huge. They just don't have, as far as I can tell, the big artifacts in their hand. Where's your 10 rings? You could cheat it in right now. All 10 of them. You could even put something into your hand with Iron Lad. Alright, well first they drew the card. You could shuffle the top of their deck with Demolition Field. Camille! Nice! Cheat that in. Tezzeret likes that. He's gonna get another loyalty.
Soon you will grovel.
And they consult the star charts. The stars have spoken. The stars are like, Ayo, we're gonna discover 5. Ooh, a star forged from a star chart.
Work harder.
Fishing for answers? Fishing for something. Well, that's a negate in their hand. Great to know. I think yeah, I have a huge Valley Might Collar. I think it's just lethal. GG. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have never actually seen this alt art before. My man's goofy looking. Let's go. All right. This is either going to be a Heroes deck, which I actually think it should be, Or just 5-color stuff because it's a 5-color card and it only costs 1 mana. But I feel like it's probably going to be a heroes deck. In Standard, we have so many heroes. Some of them even have hero synergy. I built 3-color heroes for Historic Brawl, and there was definitely room for more. There's always more room. Now let's use some mana to make more mana. I got 4 mana here. Sure, Squirrel Girl! If I have the mana, I should use it. And swing in for 3. They've got lots of colors here at the command tower in play. Surprised they didn't play anything yet. Oh, Aranya! Okay. Heart of the Spider. That's Gloria, I want to say, is her other name. Oh, if it's like, yes, her other name. Because we have that. We have multiple names for our cards. I could have killed it with the Archdruid's Charm. I would rather ramp and start supplying some squirrels. Whenever they attack in, they're going to buff up one of their creatures. And if a modified creature deals combat damage, they'll get some impulse card draw. I find Aranya is actually a very strong card. It's just, you know, tough when I have so many blockers. Have I built Nick Fury Fantastic Four combo yet? No, but I technically built a standard deck that did that. In my first try, I was able to pull off the Fantastic Four combo. So I've kind of like, I've achieved my dreams. I've done it. All right, Matt Murdock is taking Squirrel Girl to court. What do you mean taking me to court? I didn't do nothing wrong. Your Honor, I am innocent. This is an Ouroboros. I am no longer innocent. I am going to swing in with all this stuff. Yeah, first time means I don't ever have to try again. Take them down to 7 life. And soon I will have more. Or I'll just win the game. Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers, are making trouble in Standard Brawl and Historic Brawl. And then there's even some new scary cards that they can cheat in. I think that Raph and Mikey is one of those cards that's just, you ramp, you ramp, you ramp. And then in a low interaction format, like Standard Brawl, we just don't have that many spells that can even kill Raph and Mikey. You oftentimes just bring out early wins. I could go for destroying that as ramp. This is creature ramp only, though, and their creatures are all going to be high cost. Like, I see going for claim territory, or even just Overlord. Yeah, I'll play the Impending Overlord. Thorvault Forager does let me find more squirrels from my deck. But this way, we got this. Ooh, Roaming Throne. Yeah, I'm feeling Roaming Throne here. I think I have a turn and that will let me destroy both. So I'm going to name Squirrel. I could also name Hero, Human, doesn't really matter. Because these are squirrels and humans and heroes. But this one like specifically looks a lot like a squirrel, so look at how cute it is. Yeah, I have more mana than you, Raph and Mikey. At least for now I do. They have 5, but one of them can only be spent on creatures. I want to go for the double chomp. The chompinest of changelings. Spending a 1, a 2 for a Shimmer Wild Growth. Gets an additional mana when they tap that. Hello, Montaña. Wonderful. I don't have to worry about counter spells. And we shall chomp away! Destroying the ramp. So they cannot cast Raph and Mikey right away. They still have plenty of mana, though. I don't know what they could cast at instant speed. Maybe more ramp. I could be ramping. Or I could be squirreling! They're like, oh, I only have 4 mana now. That's right! And I have more than that. Marina Vendrell, a 5-color enchantments commander. I have a little bit of ramp. I have a cute raccoon for graveyard hate. And then I have Ice Till Explorer. Now, I'm not really running fetches, but it's still a good card. Do I feel like doing this now or waiting for Offspring? I'll just play it now. Soulstone. Got a ramp. Marina can also unlock and lock rooms. Very nice. Oh, I probably should have played these in the other order. Whatever, insect. Here's Jean. I am wide. Yeah, I don't really think that counter spells are what the 5-color enchantments deck is running here. Dang, she's cool, though. Clifftop Lookout, getting them the next land in their deck. And it also shows me they have Momentum Breaker and Bitter Triumph. Good removal. But if you don't have it in hand and you can't use it here, it is not my problem. Could be playing Mole Man, don't need to. Squirrels. Squirrels. Ice Till Explorer, gonna go in for 2. We got raccoons, we got squirrels, we got bugs, we got possums. And Squirrel Girl is on fire. Girl, no! Somebody's asking if I think this works well in a Chatterfang deck. Yes, and you can also just integrate her combo really nicely into most Chatterfang decks if they are combo Chatterfang decks. Hardest thing about her is how hard she is to cast. I'm going to claim territory with my Dwagon. We mill. Dang, I'm good at milling lands. Play the land. Play the land. Or Chasm. And I'll swing in with you two. Is there something I need to exile from the graveyard? Since they do have a soul stone? I'll do it! Airbender Ascension lets them temporarily exile something. Yeah, it's gonna be Chasm, so I can't attack with her. Ooh, Big Frog! I mean, it's not an enchantment, it's just a good card. I feel like this is a format where just play good card works out decently well. Gosh, remember when Brawl was like that? This is Standard Brawl. Gosh, remember when Standard Brawl was the only Brawl? It's been a while. Have some squirrels. I am not attacking through here. Yeah, Historic Brawl was added a little while after. Definitely expanded it out, but then they started adding these, like, super powerful, wow, everything's gonna die. Some super powerful, expansions. Rip in Peppies. There goes my everything. Do I have 10 permanents? I do. And competitive Brawl is like the most recent Brawl. C Brawl, CDH Brawl. Yep, they know I have a Craterhoof Behemoth. I'm a go wide green deck. Smart choice. I'll take 8. This has trample. And I feel like Chasm needs to find me the goods. Wait a minute. They had harnessed the Mind Stone? Oh my god, I didn't even see them harness the Mind Stone. Wait, this can blink. I thought it was creatures. I see. Oh, they get to take something else out of my deck. They do not have the lock, excuse you. I have enchantment destruction in my deck. They're just gonna take some of it out here. That is one of them. Still got Chomping Changeling. I just gotta, you know, I gotta draw it. Oh, hey, Elspeth. This is just a cracked card. Sup, lady? Boom. Fine. Sabsunen. She can't attack again. She wasn't able to attack originally. They use the Mind Stone. And they blink. Look how the text floats away from it. Well... like, they have lethal. But I'm really hoping they just, like, they kill this. Because then it will actually come back on its front face, and that would be cool. The incredible flying Sabsunen swings in for the kill. GG, Marina, you didn't actually ever show up. GG, Mind Stone with the Rise of Sozin lock. Ketramos, the New Dawn. Well, I can exile things, but then they get closer to being able to attack and block. But I could stop them from maybe drawing some cards out of the graveyard stuff. I'd rather have, like, a super rampy fast hand, but you take what you can get. Sometimes you just, I have a curve. Better than nothing. Ketramos is going to be drawing off removal. Either things being removed from the graveyard or from the battlefield. Alright, I'll actually just go for this Baloth. Let me try to just get 3 damage in. Boom. Yeah, it draws you more removal when you play removal. Cruel Claw's Heist. They did not gift me a card, so they're just using this to take things out of my hand. I think taking the tutor is a smart idea. Getting me a land. Swinging in for 3. Let them down to 19. And here's Ketramos. He can't attack or block yet. That's important. Nature's Rhythm. I could go for the thing that lets me tap my stuff for mana. I think I'd rather just go for Squirrel Girl this turn. Big Squirrel Girl. It's a less efficient use of mana, but because they have exiling removal, I'd rather save this. No witnesses! My graveyard is now filled, so they can draw from it. Yeah, having an indestructible creature that rewards itself for removal is sure a choice. Yeah, sure a choice, Watsy. Whoever designed this. They gain a life. They got 4 mana up. And Sheltered by Ghosts gives them some removal. Now, I can get something that gets rid of this card. Or I can just remove this, put it back here. I'll just put it back in the command zone. Rippin' Peppies. There goes the graveyards. And does that bring you to 5? Yup. 5 out of 7. Almost able to get in there. I won't be able to cast this twice, which sucks. If this if this dies, it won't come back. Pretty sure it won't. Because it won't die. Oh! They exiled it anyway. Dimension Exile! And Lord Skitter. If there were things in my graveyard, that would get rid of them. Hello, I'm once again Squirrel Girl. A Perilous Snare to get rid of her again. Is this a standard Brawl game? It is. Isn't it crazy that this is still in standard? They're gonna start gaining back life soon. This counts frogs, right? Yeah, frogs and raccoons. I just need one more land and it's hoof o'clock. Gotta believe. I could do X equals 7 at the moment. My curator. That brings them to 7 cards in exile. And say your prayers are gonna gain a whole lot of life this turn. Thanks, I hate it. Well, now I don't have as much damage from a hoof. An Archdruid's Charm. I could technically free one of these. Could also use that to search out a card. Yep, I'm gonna do that. And something I feel will be very nice and impactful. Maybe Overlord, because it gets me the land. It's like I want to make sure I'm getting the land out of it. And then I can just do that next turn. Even though they'll have healed back up to 20, so it's not as good. Yet another rat. They swing with that. And a couple of the little guys. Watch them just board wipe again. Kind of surprised they didn't just take out the Overlord. Maximum speed. You can put a counter on a creature. They also have this to block with. Try my best. Nature's Rhythm. Hoof. +4/+4. Chunk. Swing in. Get an extra land. Yay. I know they can block 8 damage worth, because they have that Restless Fortress. Oh. Well, I guess even if they had blocked with that, it only would have been 4 more damage prevented. Yeah, I have lethal. Haha! Hoof. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. As creatures die, we will be drained for life. It's a Blood Artist effect. You can also use it to draw cards and eventually turn into the One-Winged Angel. Ooh. What do I want? I think it's Frog Butler. I don't want to show that I have the Keen-Eyed Curator yet. We're telling our opponents to eat their greens, but they have to be careful about the parasite that's on the greens. Yeah, there's always good reasons to wash your vegetables. Drop the... Ooh. I'll drop the land because I have Mole Man, and then I can play that land, get my landfall, play a frog. 2 frogs, 1 man, 1 Moloid. This is one of my favorite green pieces of Graveyard Hate. It has actually replaced, it's replaced Scavenging Ooze in almost all of my historic Brawl decks for mono green. Sephiroth going to send those eyes to heck. They drain us out. Mole Man, Mole Lloyd, the most Lloyds. And a Squirrel Girl to make my Might Caller grow. I don't remember its name. Might Caller. I'll swing in with both. End of the hunt. There goes my girl. Yeah, Moloids, Mo problems. No, they would never cause me problems. I love my Moloids. And look, they have supportive parents that love them so dearly. I guess. I'm gonna play the Keen-Eyed Curator. Bring out Spider Ham. I will tap Mole Man and Squirrel Token. I'll tap Supportive Parents and Moloid. Looking good. I'll swing in with the Might Caller. Spider Ham is buffing my entire zoo over here. It's buffing you, it's buffing this, it's buffing that. Oh no! Burgled by a rat. Here goes my Archdruid's Charm. Okay, so the stashed skeleton means that they'll be able to tutor if they have no bones. But guess what? They do have a suspected skeleton. And they can't swing in. GG. Alacia who laughs at fate. Oh, it's Almighty Bob. I sometimes run into them in the other queue and sometimes see them in chat. Alacia's very good since she can recur any creatures if you've attacked. I have Graveyard Hate in this hand though, so this is going to be a keep. I'm gonna hope that I can take the things out of their graveyard before they return, though they are in red and black, so they will be able to kill my raccoon. This is such a good little guy. Bob! Hi, Bob! This is not Alacia who smiles at death. This is Alacia who is having a giggle. They lost 2. They have the Snorts, which is also quite Bob-like. I'm just gonna take the hit here because I feel like they might have the 2 damage spell. Or if I blocked, maybe it was just Alacia bringing something back. Okay, so I took a little extra damage, but I meant that it means that the Moon Shadow didn't grow. Am I willing to play this instead of ramping so I can hold up this? Yes, I think so. Not attacking in because of that first strike. Same Headliner can also deal some extra damage. They'd be able to kill the Curator with it. Yeah, I feel like that's the move. You play Headliner, you kill the Curator. The Snorts that Bob's wrong? Yeah. Snorts that Bob's wrong. And Bob. Gonna be making headlines. This one. Alacia getting her counters. And they're immediately just going for this. Alright, so while that's in the graveyard, I will take it out. If I trade with Bob, they can bring Bob back. Squirrel Girl, not quite mighty enough here. I could take one more hit, I feel. And this is a better blocker. Got to play an additional land. They are going to hit Hawkeye. Hawkeye can prevent some blocking. Felicia swings in with the homies. I will be blocking here. Fireglass Mentor is a little bit of card advantage. Some nice post-combat card advantage. Ooh, that's a Molten Collapse. R.I.P. Ice Till Explorer. Or you could bash. No, they're going for the bash shot. They're like, I'm just pure aggro here. She is down to 8. 8. Hawkeye would reduce the number of blockers I'm able to have. And Bob returns. All right, Bob. Bob, I need you to kill them. This gets me 2 blockers. This gets me bigger blockers. But I feel no matter what, I am in danger. Ooh, the color of time is death. You could warp it in. I feel like that's very lethal. I'll hit them with a Grudgrame. Oh, end of the hunt. Dang, rip Squirrel Girl. She's gone. Hawkeye gets to deal 2 to my face. Gets to stop the Ice Till from blocking. What's up, Rakshasa? And we take it. A little bit of first strike to finish things off. Aang, Swift Savior. Going to flash in and airbend away a creature or spell, meaning they can delay some of your biggest threats, making them cost 2 more mana that you have to cast again later, or even use it as a pseudo blink on their own cards, taking out big attackers, blockers, and eventually waterbending into Aang and Law. I was able to get a turn 1 piece of ramp here, always bodes well. Now I have 2 more pieces of ramp that I could follow up with. I'm going to lead with Earthbender Ascension, because if I manage to get enough build up on this, I'll get additional +1/+1 counters. I'm gonna proactively mute my opponent because they have the Zap Dog. Oh, they have hope. Nobody should ever have hope. Not in Magic the Gathering. When we go to combat, Ouroboros gonna buff up the board, and he'll swing in for 3. Sometimes you just need to go for the green stuff, not just the squirrels. Though if Ouroboros can start buffing up the team, we're gonna go crazy on it, especially if Earthbender Ascension gets some counters onto Ouroboros. I'd say that is a premium target for bending. Yeah, this is just like a cute little mill card. I wonder if they have something built around it or if they just like him. They're gonna erode Ouroboros, which will get me another land. During the Earthbender Ascension. But getting rid of Ouroboros, yeah, you kind of have to. They swing for 2, which means I get milled for 2. 2 good cards gone. Haha, I see you have blue mana up, and that means I am going to name Squirrel. Or Girl. Human. Or Hero. Hero works too in this deck. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Also uncounterable Squirrel Girl. Make more squirrels! Swinging in for 4. I feel like this is gonna die too. One of these. I'm very, very ahead on just resources, though. Does depend on what they got in hand. And opt. Oh, they're just searching. setting up for the future. I should be able to, use this to hold that at bay, since this is a flyer and this can get reach. They bounce Squirrel Girl back into my hand, but they didn't kick this. Alright, I'll do it again. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. I'll play Fountain Port, gives me a way to draw cards off sacrificing squirrels. This time I'm going to make the Llanowar Elves a little bit bigger. And I could make 3 squirrels, but I'd rather wait. Fenrir, puppy dog, gonna get me mo mana. Mo mana means bigger elf. Swing for 8. I am green and wide. Are they gonna blink hope? No, they're gonna bounce it back into their hand. And then wipe the board. No more squirrels. No problem. Squirrel Girl again. Landfall make her bigger. And then we'll buff all the squirrels using Spider Ham, Peter Porker, who comes with a food and buffs a lot of the random creatures in our deck. Even the Frog Butler. It buffs frogs. I don't know why it buffs frogs. The types it buffs, very strange. Oh, they turned Squirrel Girl into a toy. She is a hero to all animals, and so is he. Trying to decide if I'm going for... Yep. I'm gonna eat this food. No, I'm gonna throw the food in a fountain. Being asked if Pippin is in this build. Pippin is not standard legal, so no. Yeah, we'll just rizz him with the glisms. They still have the airbend at the ready. That's why I wanted all my attackers to be able to survive a 2/3 blocker. Okay, that works. They are getting rid of Spider Ham, so we lose the buff and killing the token. Hope returns. Authority will make all my stuff come in tapped and gain them life. And Riddler is just good card advantage. When in blue, do blue things. Like play Quantum Riddler, especially if you have some blinks. It's a really good blink card. Gonna play the ham again. You may gain life, but I will grow. I don't feel like I need to go Frenzied Baloth here. Once again, sacrificing the food. And I'll throw both of these down. They're going to be tapped for now. River's Rebuke. Gonna put everything back into my hand except for the lands, so my Earthbent Forest stays in place. Nice, but they freed Squirrel Girl. Milled for 2. Looking just fine to me. Frenzied Baloth. Yep, tapped and sideways, as it has been. Means I'm unable to combo. Get some more lands, making them fall. Yeah, if I can put the dirt on them, with the hurt on them, that would be just great. I'll swing for 6. Even up those life totals a tiny bit. Flow state gets them 2 of the 3 cards. Yeah, my tree's gonna beat you up. The entire forest. Calling upon the Ents. Well, we don't have that one yet. Lord of the Rings, not in Standard. The Hobbit will be in Standard. They gain some life. Any millin'? Ooh, big mill! They milled me for 19. I still have 12 cards left in the library. That will make it harder to kill them for sure. Earthbending. And swinging in with all of these. Still gonna go for the double. Because it's real good damage. They are able to replay this. And, you know, bend it a bit. So I'm being asked if I played Baldur's Gate 3 on stream. A little bit. My computer had a bit of trouble playing it. But it was, you know, it's cool. I just don't have the mental capacity to really commit to it. So I wasn't able to get that far on stream. And I haven't had the time to play it off stream. Let's see, has Hoof been milled? Hoof was milled. Checking because of the Nature's Rhythm that just got put in a graveyard. Voice of Victory, can't do things on their turn. That's cool, wasn't planning on it. They gained none, so they mill none. I am 1... No, that should be lethal. So, Curious Forager, they will gain 2 life. I am going to forage, sacrificing this food, thank you, Spider Ham, to grab Greater Hoof Behemoth. Now, the Hoof won't be able to attack, but these 3 can. And I have a lot of creatures, so I'm gonna win off that. Block if you dare. I have a lot of damage coming through. Yeah, they're just trying to mill. I wonder why I hope it's not their commander. Probably just because Aang's a stronger card. Negative 16. Definitely enough to kill them. Another Marauda, or Lady Octopus. I've got some ramp. I've got some funky ways to tap my creatures. Maybe this could be my supportive parents game. No, it's more likely to be a hoof game. 1 mana for a 1 mana commander. I'll play Okala into a squirrel. Hello, yes. These are cards. I'll play supportive, or sorry, Studious First Year. Into supportive parents. I only have 1 mana after this, so I can't use that for rampant growth. What if they have a taxing counterspell? They sure do. Phantom Interference. Playing lands. I could rampant growth. I could play this. I could play that. I'm gonna play Auric Haslam. It's a good big threat. If it gets countered, all right. Well, made them use a counter. Disdainful Stroke, bro. Where are your artifacts? Well, there's one. Arcane Signet, accelerating their mana. Yeah, you have 5 mana and the ability to cheat something. And how about squirrels? Well, frogs, and then squirrels. The unbeatable Squirrel Girl! Does she resolve Lady Octopus? I'm saying get out. Apparently I'm playing this game all wrong against them. I was not expecting this many counter spells from the Lady Octopus deck. What are you cheating in this time? A treasure map! Oh yeah, that's in standard. It's so weird to think about this being in standard. I remember putting treasure map in decks. It was a different time. Man, standard was not as strong and not as fast back in the day. That was only like 7 years ago. One lifetime ago. Apparently, yes. I have a big old wagon now. And they will be able to use this for card draw eventually. Yeah, I like treasure map. It is just way too slow and expensive. You can bring out a 5 mana value artifact for free now. Hoof is not lethal, so instead, Squirrel Girl. We got squirrels. I want to play them all pre-combat for this. Come on, lady. We know you got something. Hello, hello, Nick. Do you like squirrels? Wait, what? Second. You buff bears? Apparently.
I love squirrels. Do you want a wrap?
I would love some. Oh my gosh, thank you, Nick.
And wash it down. You might enjoy
A fresh Sasuke soda?
fine Sasuke
To go with this nice wrap you brought me? Wow, that's so sweet of you.
As you know, it is the only soda with Sasuke.
The only one with Sasuke. Ocean Bomb, grapefruit flavor, sparkling water. That's so nice of you. I already have 3 drinks here, though.
Seems like so much.
So,
you really
like,
want to be able to enjoy like,
yeah.
focus on the Sasuke soda if you're enjoying
Yeah, it's like I don't want to dilute my palate too much. But
That's
thank
so
you
wise.
so
That's
much.
so wise.
It's really nice of you. Thank you, honey.
Have fun with your squirrel.
Oh, thank you. And my bear. What did I miss? Oh, Squirrel Girl's having a fresh start. That's so nice of her. All right, Lady Octopus, you can cheat in a 7 mana artifact. Maybe more if you use that gold saucer. I really hope you like 10 rings me here. Well, you didn't. You have another counterspell? Or did you use them on random garbage? Let's find out. Moment of truth. What do you got there? They're going to use the gold saucer and sacrifice 2 artifacts. They are left with 3 mana up and a whole lot of ingenuity. They used their counterspells little too early. GG, Murata. Oh, and I have food now, too. Thank you so much for watching this squirrel-filled episode of Brawl Stars! I feel like this is actually a more fun deck in Standard Brawl because you are less likely to combo out. You still can and can try, and your opponent will try to stop you, but you'll usually win just through like tons of squirrels or die because your opponent was faster, had enough removal. I feel like this is a really fun deck though, so if you are looking to play with lots of squirrels, well, here's your girl. Here's your squirrel girl. I really like playing this deck, so if you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And a lot of these cards are fairly flexible, but I will say the ones that you should absolutely have in because it's for the combo are like Shang-Chi, Enduring Vitality, and also it's not part of the combo, it's just good, Crater Hoof Behemoth. Seriously, you have a Go Wide green deck, Mole Man or Squirrel Girl, play Hoof, because it will win you games. Yeah, you typically see it in Elf Ball, but this deck wants to ramp too. So when you have 8 mana, you want to end the game, and that's the way to do it. If you'd like to suggest a commander for me to brew, or maybe update, since we've gotten through a lot of the Marvel cards. Okay, I've gotten through like 2% of the Marvel cards. Let me know anyway. I heard some people wanted to see Loki the Deceiver, and I'm going to tell you right now why I have not built a villain typal deck. It is because I only have 8 Mythic Rare wild cards, and the cards that were from Jumpstart or the Commander deck are Mythic Rarity. I do not have enough resources to do it. But don't worry, I will get there eventually. I want to build a villains deck because I am the villainous sort. And we will do crime, maybe with Black Widow as well. Not a villain, just likes to hang out with them. All right, so thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.